How are we doing, boys and girls? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. You know what I haven't done is I haven't let Discord know we're live. Let's maybe do that real quick. PTR day today, by the way, boys and girls. A little bit of PTR action. Check the mailboxes real quick, but then some PTR stuff. It's been a new PTR patch that we want to go and have a look at. There's some interesting announcements over there. What is my channel link? We go copy paste to Rune. Boom! Magic. Now the world knows. You got in this morning to do so. Welcome in. Good morning to you. First, whoop whoop. Little Uve, good morning. Grillo, and so it is the morning again. It is indeed. It is. Liz, welcome in. Good to see you. Yes, they have patched the PTR. There is a new little update to it. We will take a little bit of a look. We might take a look at what's been data mined, and then we might go and dive in and try and have a look at the stuff that, you know, sort of appeals to us primarily. We now have some answers today. We have some big answers today by the looks of things. Little spoiler alert for those that are here nice and early. We are starting to understand where some of these recipes come from. By the looks of it, now I haven't checked this out myself yet, but by the looks of it, both the new Crafter's Marks and the new Vestige all come from the Enlightened, the new reputation over in Zereth Mortis. So say hello to lots of rep grinding on your alts. Because that's what everybody wants to hear, right? It doesn't look like there's, or at least so far, it doesn't look like there's going to be anything more fancy other than you want a grind rep. So yeah, it's time to start working out where all the daily quests are. Time to start working out just how we get our hands on as much reputation as possible. But we'll take a look at that in a little while. We'll let people. Give people a chance to get their coffee on the go and for them to filter in. More importantly, before I do anything too productive, sounds like I need to get some caffeine in my system. How far up with the rep this time? Well, it seems to differ. From what I've seen, you need Honoured for something. Honoured for the Vestige, I believe. Revered, and then, no, sorry, I can't remember. Honest answer, can't remember. Let's go with that one. Basically, Honoured and Revered, I think, is where we start unlocking things. Jan, to see how we're doing. Welcome in, welcome in. Contracts are going to give some nice gold. Well, contracts always do, but you've got to remember that most of the time the contract itself is locked behind Revered, so it requires somebody, it requires a scribe to power their way up to Revered in the first place before they can start crap. My god, these Umbra Hide vests, didn't we sell? Oh no, it was Bone Shatter vests we were selling yesterday. Hot Jesus, sure, okay, fine. 20 minutes, everything expires. Is it worth me doing a full cancel scan before we list everything? It probably is. Let's start with a full cancel scan then. Let's do the work, shall we? Let's do the work. But yeah, we'll take a little bit of a look on the PTR in a bit. I just want to get retail stuff, you know, ticked off. Make sure I've got my auctions relisted. I was kind of half thinking about looking a little bit deeper into legendaries over on Draenor. We're at that point now with Project Draenor where we're just in you know, churn mode. I have now unlocked both rank 2 for the Shadowgast neck and ring. So now we have, you know, we have choice, we have direction we can choose to go in. Do we craft rank 2s, or do we pay a premium to craft rank 4s? We need to do some maths. We need to do some maths, I think, is the answer to that one. But let's get some basics out the way first. Hopefully there's a nice juicy mailbox full of gold on a couple of our realms. So my gold total is going to be a little bit wackadoodle because I did max my blizzard balance yesterday. So that was probably somewhere close to 3 million gold, I think I spent yesterday on converting gold to blizzard balance. It was about 3 million, maybe 4 million, not too sure. Well, I think I already had nearly 100 euros of blizzard balance anyway, so. Spent about 1.2 million gold to max out rings and necks to rank 4. Finally unlocked to rank 6 neck just to find out that they sell for a loss. Don't worry. This is the initial investment. Wait till 9.2 launches. You put yourself in a position to be able to craft rank 7s the second they come out. You'll put yourself in a good position. Do not worry. Do not worry. Patience, my friend. Gold comes to those who wait. If this is going to throttle us, let's maybe load another account. Bit of wombo combo. How we doing, McRank? Welcome in. Good to see you. $1.2 mil to max out jewel crafting sounds about right, though. I don't think... the reason I'm doing jewel crafting first is not only is it one of the cheaper ones to actually get it maxed, but jewel crafting tends to be the one thing I always say about jewel crafting is the profit and the cost is always a little bit more hidden because of prospecting. And so, because it's a little bit more hidden, what that usually means is that there's profit to be made in there somewhere. I feel like all the markets died together with the Mage Tower. I didn't really go that heavy with the Mage Tower in the first place, so everything still feels kind of normal to me. But let's open mailboxes and let's see. It doesn't look like we sold anything on Tor and Mill yesterday. I need to check that all of my operations and stuff are set correct over here, because I've not paid this realm much attention at all recently. All our focus has been on getting Draenor ready for 9.2. I did, I finished the campaign yesterday. I know we were working through the campaign. I think we got to chapter 7 yesterday in the campaign on stream. I finished it off last night whilst just watching some YouTube videos in the background. So we got that bashed out. So Draenor is like done, like boom, ready. Now it also appears that it might have all been a little bit for nothing, because with the potential that we just get all of the recipes that we want from a rep grind, you know, it might not be that necessary to have done any preparation for it. But Corthite crystals, still 800 gold a piece. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't have a lot of them though. To not have a lot of them, I'm going to hoover those up just because. Better to be safe than sorry. Well, that was exactly my theory, right? I would have much rather have spent the time and the effort doing the campaign and getting to Renown 80 Like, because if you do it slowly, you can chip away at it like for 20 minutes a week, and you do only the most optimal. You know, you can bang out 5 renown like on a Wednesday in less than an hour, but if you start trying to grind it, then it takes forever. It takes 3 or 4 times longer if you grind something, because you hit diminishing returns really quickly. You get your first quick ones out the way, your world bosses, you get your Shaping Fate done, maybe you go gather some souls from them all, but then you're just trying to farm Mythic Plus or something, or you're trying to farm whatever to try and get the renown. So I'm glad I've kind of kept up with it and chipped away with it. If we end up not needing it at all, hey, well, at least I've done it, you know. It's no biggie. Tour gas spamming is about 5 minutes per renown chance. It's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, if you're geared enough to absolutely zerg the crap out of tour gas, then sure. But on alts, you're far less likely to be in that position. Wow, heavy callous hide. Like, oh, haha. I actually don't want to buy that, because that's going to throw my smart average price in the bin. In fact, I don't care about this realm. I genuinely don't care about this realm. Let's get off this realm for now. We've got other things to be doing. Let's continue our cancels here. Push this to the throttle again. Should be about 120, 130, something like that. Cool, now we're stuck. Let's load Draenor. I'm feeling quite good about Draenor though. I'm feeling that we're in a really good spot to capitalise in 9-2. I think 9-2 we can do good stuff on Draenor. I'm just really hoping that we have enough time to rotate through enough legendaries to get some stuff leveled up sufficiently. Oh, that's not as juicy as I'd have liked it to have been. Okay, sure. Ah, haha, a Shadowcast Wasteguard. I crafted one of every blacksmithing item yesterday just to populate LST with some numbers. And it appears we sold our Shadowcast Wasteguard. Now, obviously, we're not selling them profitably, but if it cost us 3,800 gold to craft the thing, and we sell it for 2,300 gold, it only cost us 1,500 gold. 1,500, let's say we take that as an average, 1,500 times 15, that's only like 30k to level through rank 1, which is, in my eyes, an absolute bargain. So let's, now we can go back and recraft that again and do it again. That's the plan. We can do a cancel scan on our Legos. We don't have that many of them, so we can do this without issue. It's hella cheap. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. That's the plan. We don't care about making a profit on these low ranks. We just want to sell them, and we want to sell them quickly. Get as much gold back as fast as possible. Whilst continuing to crank through everything else. So let's get those listed. Arguably, I should probably be using these essences to craft more jewel crafting legendaries, but these are all the essences I'd not necessarily stockpiled, but I'd gained through early days jewel crafting. So I'm just choosing to sell those. Set my minimum price on rank 1s through till 3 to be 300 gold, and I'm still selling them a month later. Yeah, well, this hopefully is going to be the advantage of a, you know, full pop realm. That if my operation is pretty simple for these low level stuff. I have a max sellout operation that we made a few days ago. Where was it? Max sellout. So if we just want to get rid of stuff like real quick, our minimum price is 70% of the market price. Our normal price is 95. If it goes below our minimum, we just post it at minimum. Yeah, this is really designed to just get rid of them. Every time we undercut by 5% market price. I'd rather tank the price and sell them than, you know, I want to get rid of them, and I want to get rid of them quickly. If I have to give them away, then that's still fine. Because for me right now, the real turnover is king. Turnover is king. I need to buy those experience points as fast as I can get them. Let's do a cancel scan on 200s. After yesterday, I imagine that there was, it very much felt like somebody was deliberately tanking the price on 200 and 230 gear yesterday because it was reset day. So we didn't make many sales yesterday, but I'm absolutely fine with that. Mine just sold for a straight 100 gold each. Somebody bought the lot. Rather they deal with it and just take the loss. Yeah, well, this is the advantage, right? The rank 1s don't actually cost a huge amount. The problem comes is when you get into like the rank between rank 3 and 4. That what you don't realize is that more than 50% of the cost of leveling is from going from 3 to 4. Unlocking rank 3 is comparably cheap compared to driving from 3 to 4. That's the expensive bit. Still got a lot of undercuts on the go here. I'm seeing new names appear. This Antalpala is a new name. This Pink Gold, although they don't seem to have many recipes so far. I'm seeing them a little bit more. They see Pink God seems to be dealing with tailoring right now. Anybody got the cords to park a goblin alt in Ardenweald? It's literally just outside Heart of the Forest. Outside the Night Fae. Right outside the Night Fae area. I found doing more rank 2 worked out cheaper than doing the rank 3s. Yeah, I need to do some maths. Like, this will all be maths, and this is why I wanted to maybe take a little bit of a look at this today, more so to prepare myself for a part 3 of our Project Draenor series for YouTube. But this is like what I said a few days ago in my, you know, the real cost of entering the Lego market is that I can tell you, we can put some maths to how much it costs to power level through rank 1, but the problem is after that I can't really help you much more. You're just going to have to do the work, because when you unlock rank 2, you then have the ability to like start crafting either rank 2s or rank 4s. Now you're going to be overpaying for your rank 4s in most cases. But is it worth to overpay for a rank 4 for the fact that you know that you'll probably sell that rank 4 far easier and probably far faster than you would a rank 2. This is why even maths isn't going to completely give you the answer, because you know the obvious thing to do is to craft some of everything, but we'll see. I've only got a few Bone Shatter arm guards left at rank 3 now. It's been a long journey, but finally emptied my bank of all the leftovers. It's good effort. That's good effort. I just used the setting in LST to allow 33% loss on items I need to level. If a rank sells, I restock that rank. Stuff's getting to rank 4 that way. That sounds like quite a sensible way of doing it. For reference, what Stroh's referring to here is that within the settings in LST, you've got a few different options here. In terms of like your restock amount, your minimum restock amount, whether you choose domination slots or whether you can only restock items that you can craft or not. And this is the important one, right? This was a new one that was added not too long ago, where minimum profit when not at max experience. So this is designed for those situations. Like if we look at the table here, you can see I'm still rank 1. Legendary stock tracker keeps track as well of what rank you have available. What's the max rank you have available, and allows you to, you know, choose to take a loss on stuff that you're still leveling. So until this says rank 4, or I think if I'm right, when you actually unlock rank 4, it just disappears. But once you're rank 4, and have gained all experience, it will use this profit. Whereas if you're still trying to buy your way up, you can set a different profit margin here. Quite clever, quite clever. And it makes rank 4s, 5s with vestiges, so you can tap into the market earlier whilst gaining experience. Yeah, I noticed this yesterday. For me, for example, I don't know if it's still the case now, but for me yesterday, a rank 4 was at a stupidly high profit. Now I have unlocked rank 2, and so LST actually suggested to me that crafting a rank 4 with a vestige all of a sudden became a really good option. And suggested I did it, and it put it in the restock list, and then, you know, the material list populated. It's all looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Far more user-friendly than TSM. That's what I will say. For whilst you're leveling up your legendaries, because TSM you kind of have to configure it in one way or another. You kind of have to, and it's really not that smart when it comes to crafting. LST is a really, really good add-on to have whilst you're leveling up your Legos for sure. Not to mention once you have everything unlocked and leveled, it's still super useful. But it's proving to be far more user-friendly than TSM. Let's see if we need to cancel on 2. In fact, no, I think we're done here, aren't we? I think we're done here. Can we finish off our cancels over here? I really wish there was an option within TSM to use external sources, like setting the minimum price to 105% of LST craft cost. You know, for those situations where Trade School Master doesn't know what the fucking hell it's doing. Sometimes a more simplistic solution is the better one. TSM has the ability to make some seriously complicated setups that can do some fantastic things, but sometimes it fails at the first hurdle, which is frustrating to say the least. Let's get this lot listed. Let's clean through this mailbox now. Now we've got a cancel scan done, we can just bang them all back on the auction house. It should be good. I don't think it'd be that hard for them to allow custom sources, and it would give so many options. I think it's not really been too high on their priority list, as there's, in recent times at least, all apart from LST, there's not really any other add-ons that you would kind of want to link together. I guess we've had, you know, like the Undermine. There was an add-on for the Undermine Journal, and back in the day, what was it? WoW Auctions had an add-on that pulled from their website before it closed. There was a bunch of different sources you might want to pull in, but Auctioneer as well, yeah, maybe, yeah. TSM removed sources like WoW Auction, citing that they don't want to be dealing with queries related to third-party sources. I mean, that's fair. But I mean, just as equally, you could say that. Well, I mean, just like you see, if you've ever jumped into TSM's the TSM's official support channel on Discord, I mean, they have a zero tolerance policy sort of on dealing with other add-ons. If an error is caused by another add-on, they're just like, well, you need to speak to that add-on author to resolve it. It could, you know, just, it doesn't portray the most friendly of customer service experiences, but you have to draw the line somewhere. But well, this error was likely caused by another add-on conflicting with TSM, you know. Dropped into the TSM support Discord the other day, and seriously, Gumdrops had to tell somebody that in order to use TSM features, they actually need to use the TSM UI. I see that quite frequently. I see people complain that they don't like the TSM UI, but still want all the flexibility of Trade School Master. It's like, well, you can't, you know, you can't easily use weak auras without having weak auras. You can't easily use, you know, you can't. People want their, you know, they want both sides of their bread buttered, for sure. There is some interesting development going on with TSM though. It was one of the more frequent requests of Trade School Master was brought up again yesterday, and it appears that some development is being done on some let's just say, I don't know how much I should give or should really give away, but they're working on some new price sources, which will be handy. TSM 5.0 getting ready for 10.0. I don't know that far ahead. Three-day average. In my opinion, it's going to be better than a 3-day average. But maybe I'll talk about it a little bit more once it's been developed a bit further. TSM maybe should be a default feature for WoW that shows us old activities on the auction house. That shows us old activities on the auction house. Oh, you mean as if, you know, some of the past historical data should be just, you know, a default feature in the game. Yeah, I kind of see that, but the default, the absolute 0 level default auction house doesn't give you any material, any market valuations for anything at all. It literally just is, it's a list of auctions. The default auction house doesn't provide you any additional analytical data at all, and I think that's almost a deliberate decision. Kojak, your auctions are too cheap. I'm not undercutting you anymore. What's going on? I know you're here. Where have you gone? One of my regular stream snipers. I use the word stream sniper in the nicest possible way. Haven't posted since 6. What are you doing up at 6 AM? That's crazy time. Why would they do that when others like TSM and the Undermine Journal pay to sort that data and store it for Blizzard? Literally no reason for Blizzard to do it. Cuts down their overhead. Yeah, while I agree with that, I mean, look at Raider.io though. I mean, they implemented Mythic Plus score. I mean, item level is a thing because of gear score. It's not outrageous to conceive that they might steal the functionality of a very popular add-on and embed it natively. I know I very deliberately worded that sentence, but you know. How can we get your full profiles of TSM settings via Patreon? Once you become a Patreon and you connect your Discord to Patreon, you'll get assigned the premium roles in Discord, and that will give you access to new channels that has all of the goodies that you'll be looking for. I see that golden lotus and I want it. Do I have golden lotus in my bags? Oh, I do, look. 300 golden lotus. This is still left over from... I was only putting this on the auction house due to the mage tower. But all of this mage towery stuff I can just put back in the guild bank and forget about it again now. Right, we should be almost getting to the good stuff now, I think. Almost getting to the good stuff. We've got a few sales here. What the hell is Lola's Eve? And how and why did I sell it for 6,500 gold? I love when I sell things that I genuinely don't even know what they are. I mean, I assume it's a piece of gear, right?
I cannot carry more.
We'll have to get... Alright. It sounds like a weapon though. It's probably maybe a world drop weapon that I've picked up at some point. Piece of transmog maybe. Did Mantheus sell transmog? Oh my god. It's a world drop ring. A TBC ring. Who in the right mind is buying a TBC ring for 6k? More importantly, why am I selling a TBC ring for 6k? That's crazy talk. Hey. It's not exactly, it's not even transmog. Madness. Some mad twinks, obviously. Obviously the case. Looking for an add-on that providers by click. Types not the item name, for example, when I shift left click. An item. The add-on should type item blah 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 or crafted item link that's. I don't think there's going to be an add-on that does that easily. I mean, there are add-ons that put the item IDs in tooltips. That might be somewhat close to what you're looking for. I don't know. I'm using LVUI, and LVUI seems to do that by default anyway. You can see the item ID, listed at the bottom. I think that's an LVUI feature. Like 172323 is the item ID for Bone Shatter Treads. There are equally some add-ons that equally expose all of the bonus IDs and stuff, if that's really what you're trying to look for, but I'm not entirely sure what you're actually looking for. Whoa, what is this for a character name? Jesus, that's somebody trying to evade some sort of detection. Good luck typing that name out. Jesus. Try inviting those people to your raid. Yeah, exactly. I don't get why Blizzard even allows accents, etc. Considering they try so hard to prevent like offensive names, yet they let all sorts of different. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you play on primarily English servers, that you just don't come across them very more. If they're not in your actual language, then you just think they're completely foreign. But if it is part of your language, then I guess it's just a normal letter to you, isn't it? So it's a difficult one. Like, I have the problem now, when I buy a keyboard, I end up with a keyboard that has more letters on it than I expect there to be. Because the Finnish language has 2 additional letters, which are obviously on the keyboard, right? That kind of catches me out a lot. Belgian keyboards are AZERTY, not QWERTY. At least my keyboard is mostly the same. Mostly the same. And luckily in Windows I just make it pretend to be an English keyboard anyway. So it's not the end of the day, but it's not the end of the world, sorry, but one day I'll learn to roll my tongue like a real Finn, and then I'll be able to pronounce all of these funky words. Rutsalainen. Ooh. I can't be doing with that business. That's ridiculous. Luckily, you can just buy QWERTY keyboards everywhere. It's true. I just ordered my keyboard off Amazon. Get it sent from the UK. Job done. Problem solved. Oh! Now it's looking good. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Oh, that's not as... I mean, I am not complaining about 1.3 million. But that's... I was hoping for a little bit more than that. I'm not going to lie. Considering it was reset day yesterday. But although I did, like... I'm not even sure if I did one cancel scan yesterday, so I really can't complain. Made 2.4 mil, spent 2.5. Hey, that's the way. That's the way. One step forward, two steps back. That's how we do things around here. Yeah, I really need to just stop buying things. My gold total is trending south pretty aggressively at the moment. But it's a combination of increasing the amount of stock that I hold and also increasing the amount of materials I hold in supply. So I'm, you know, I instead of just rotating a small amount of stock all the time, I'm really holding a lot more than I was once doing, so I got to cover those costs. It'll pay off in 9.2 though. When we do 20 million gold in a week, that's when it'll pay off. Back up to 1.4 mil on my new realm. Time to level up another Lego. Sounds about right. Sounds good. That's the way to do it. Learning to throw away my hesitation at spending on mats. Basically reinvesting everything I'm making right now. It's the best time to do it because for now at least most materials are pretty cheap. As there's not a huge demand for finished products, meaning that there's less people crafting, and you know, meaning there's a longer duration between somebody farming up materials and them selling. So materials tend to be a little bit on the cheaper side currently. A rank 4 Shadow Gas necklace for 40k. That'll do. That'll do. A few more of those. Most of my cost was poorly timed core fight buying. Went from my usual 650 to 700 each to 750 to 800 each. Oh, I mean, that's really... I mean, that's not going to make a huge difference. Getting over risk aversion is one of the hardest lessons. It's a lesson you can... see, this is the thing, right? Your risk aversion, the risk that you have to take when investing in something over time naturally gets less and less and less. For multiple reasons. The first reason is you just have more gold, and so it's a lesser percentage of your total gold. So you're risking far less of your overall capital. Secondly, you just get better at knowing what things to buy and what things to not buy. So it's one of those things that it is sure, you can overcome it with practice, but you can also overcome it by just having a lot of gold. Like for example, I'll spend 1 million gold on materials and I literally won't even think about it. But that's because on this realm I'm still virtually 30 million in liquid, even though I've spent like an absolute madman for the last few weeks. Where's my TSM graph, for example? Yeah, so you can see, like, if we go for the past 6 months, nice steady increase. We made a huge, quick and easy return on 915. And then I decided, right, well, we've made a huge amount of gold recently from patch 9.1.5. Let's reinvest most of that into increasing our stock holding of legendaries. And now we're kind of just trying to continue on this normal path upwards. So sometimes you have got to spend gold to make gold. If I look at my last month, it's tragic. The last 30 days has been tragic. 24 mil in sales, but I've spent 31 mil on stuff. So I'm nearly 7k down still for the last 30 days, but I'm not bothered by it, right? For most people, if they lost 7 million gold, would have a heart attack. I don't mind because I know I'll make it back eventually anyway. These are just getting more and more expensive as days go past. So much for there being an oversupply of cheap Corthite crystals because it was reset day. Let's do some quick maths real quick. Where's my calculator? We have 123. There's 35 legendaries, right? 8, 16, 24, 32, 33, 34. Yeah, there's 35 legendaries. 35 legendaries, and at rank 6 we tried to keep 5 of each. So that's 175 total. We have 123. Minus 123 means we're missing 52 rank 6s. Which, if we multiply that by 40 Corthite crystals each, means we need over 2,000 Corthite crystals just to restock back up to where we should be. Now, I only have 1,700, so I don't even have enough Corthite crystals to restock everything that I need to right now. So on that basis, we do this. Do we want to bump our Corthite crystal price to nearly 900 gold average? Well, we sold 1.3 million gold worth of stuff yesterday. If we spend 1.4 million on Corthite crystals now, I could probably get the average down quite aggressively if I don't buy those ones. What if I don't buy those ones? What if I don't buy those ones? It doesn't go down that much. Once again, it's one of those, I'd rather have them than not have them. I've started doing the Corthia dailies more often. Yeah, I don't blame you. Haha, hang on, what's going on here? Okay, people are buying them literally as I'm talking. Of course they are. Oh well, there we go. Goodbye, Corthite crystals. It was nice knowing you. Jesus. What have I been selling? Where am I low on? I'm actually low on shadow gas stuff, more so than anything, which is Alethioum. Where's my Alethioum at? 18,000 Alethioum out of nowhere. Where did that turn up from? Somebody's gone ham on Alethioum ore. I'll take it though. Any way to sync up gathering lists between 2 accounts? Not easily, no. There are some non-official ways to do it, but they're kind of, yeah, not easy to do. I don't think I want another 8,500 of lithium ore. I've got 10k of the stuff already. Shadow gas ingots, on the other hand, I'll buy these just so I've got them. Yoink. I'm making somebody very rich at the moment with shadow gas ingots. There's somebody on this realm that's spending an hour a day crafting shadow gas ingots and making an absolute killing. Because I'm buying them all. I knew it would happen. I knew it would happen. Open TSM file, look where it stores your crafting queue, copy that to the other account, done. Far from convenient though. Yeah. Far from convenient. It's not truly synchronized. Go on then. Why is lightless silk not getting cheaper on this realm? There's 24,000 lightless silk, huge wall of it, and it doesn't seem to want to get much cheaper than that. Oh well. Right, so, well, spending spree over. That was a casual... Oh Christ, we spent like 2 million gold again. Jesus. Alright, fine, whatever. God. It's expensive work being a goblin. It's expensive work being a goblin. Let's send a bunch of this just out the way. And we thank you for buying our mats. Oh, there we go. I knew somebody's making a killing. Shadow gas ingots. Do I want to keep... I'm going to keep the shadow gas ingots in the guild, in the bank, I think, for now. Because I need them on multiple characters. My Corthite crystals too. Let's put them in there for now until we do a restock. Are we actually in desperate need of doing a restock? Ooh, no zeros, but lots of ones and twos. Lots of ones and twos, but no zeros. We can probably escape doing a restock today, but we definitely are going to have to do it tomorrow. Okay. In fact, no, tomorrow's Hades Day. For stream, at least. I'll do a restock off stream tomorrow, that's fine. Right, I think this realm, then, is about done. I think we are there. Including the very advanced synchronization method of walking around with a USB stick for my TSM files in my pocket for 2 years. That's one way to do it. Can't you just sync your use Dropbox or something to sync them? I don't know. Don't quote me on stuff like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I always feel that there are probably simple ways to do it, but they're not, you know, officially supported methods. Symbolic links. Now they sound like something fancy that I don't know what they are. Do we need... We probably do need... TSM groups, restock. What? It claims we don't need any of this? No. Actual BS. How many of these things do we have? 1,200 of those? Do we really though? It claims that they're all in the bank on another character. That means we probably don't have them. Heavy callus hide. Once again, it's claiming there's... Why is there 600... Why have I got 600 of these on the auction house? What? Hello? Ha! Alright, fine. Oh, I mean, if they sell for that price, they can sell for that price. Fine. No biggie. How many of these have we got? See, why is it now... Why is it not... Hang on. Hang on. What's my crafting operations on these things? Groups. Enchanting. Reagents. Operations. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Well, I don't have 2,000, so why is it not stocking up to 2,000? Oh, because it's a minimum restock of 1,000. No. It says its supported range is only between 0 and 2,000. But I think it still allows me to put bigger numbers in. I'm not one for being a rule breaker, but I think it... No, it still doesn't like it. Your maximum 4,000 is invalid. Must be between 0 and 2,000. Alright, fine. This is another thing that I've pestered TSM about for a while. For the love of God, let me craft more than 2,000 of a single thing. I can think of multiple things to where I would want to restock more than 2,000 of them. Right, there we go. They should really update PTR soon, otherwise we're going to lose Mantheus again. What do you mean? We're going to we're going to go play the PTR in like literally 20 minutes. What is Hades Day? Oh, yeah, tomorrow we're going to play Hades. Friday, every Friday now we're going to just play something else. We're going to take a day off WoW and we're just going to play something else, regardless of what's going on. Tomorrow we're going to play Hades. Hades is a roguelite. I can't remember who makes it, but it's basically Torghast done right. So, and it's really fun. So we're going to be playing Hades tomorrow on stream. I sort of wish we had math operations in TSM fields. For example, 5 times 25 resulting a viable number. Stuff like that is being worked on. It's a common request by seasoned goblins of Trade School Master. It's a constant request. I'm not going to. I can't obviously confirm or deny anything's happening regarding that, but it's something that's constantly being looked at. Rank 2 Shadowghast ring for 15k. That's not a sale we see all too frequently. But I'll take it. Jewel crafting is the only profession I still craft and stock the lower ranks, because rarely are the lower ranks not profitable. Rank 1 is always in the bin, but weirdly rank 2s and 3s are still profitable, so I still stock them. Right, I think this realm is, apart from doing a bit of crafting in the background, I think it's kind of donezo. I think it's ready. Where did we get to on Draenor? I think Draenor was done as well, wasn't it? I think we can move on to the PTR now. I didn't want retail to take up too much time. I wanted to jump onto the PTR as quick as possible today. That reminds me, is my PTR updated? I should check. PTR, yeah, it is. Just started with leatherworking, legendary crafting. Please don't tell me you're on my realm as well. If it's a high pop realm, I'm probably there. No, that's a lie. I'm on Draenor, I'm on Taran Mill, and I'm on Sylvanas. They're the 3 realms I play on. Aha, okay, expireds. $168 Shadow Steel breastplate for 1600 gold. That'll do. That'll do. Yoink. What a relief. I equally plan to be on Kazakh as well in some part at some point. We just haven't moved there yet. Right, I think this realm is, I'm happy with it. We're going to have a bunch of expireds on this realm. We'll deal with them another day. We can log that one out completely. We can, this one is doing some crafting in the background. We can kill its noise though. Right, PTR time. Ugh. Right, let's see. Apparently they've implemented the Enlightened, which is the new faction in Zereth. One of the new factions in Zereth Mortis. Well, the new faction in Zereth Mortis. Apparently now the Quartermaster has stuff to sell, which is where a lot of the new stuff is being held. Rank 4 neck. Not entirely sure why my PTR is not loading though. If it's going to do silly things, maybe we can check the patch notes out or the data mine stuff out first actually. So there was a few things. The Eternal Augment Rune. There is going to be, as predicted, a permanent Augment Rune. But it's going to require you to be exalted with the Enlightened before you can get it. And it will equally cost 40,000 gold. This always surprises me because it doesn't make any sense. This is why it surprises me, because it doesn't make any sense, because by the people that would benefit from something like this by the time they're exalted with the Enlightened, they're also probably done with their progress. And even if they're not, 40,000 gold is a stupid amount to spend on Augment runes. Or is it? I don't know. Either way, if you have a stash of Augment runes that you haven't sold, sell them. Sell them. That's the thing. New items and trinkets. Whoa, hello. What's this? Progenitor Essentia Lattice contains 5 Pog Essence. Hello? You had an Augment rune in Legion as well, but it was only 2k gold. $40k is really not that much if you're raiding and doing keys every week. Worth it for sure. Maybe. I don't know. Contains 5 Pog Essence. This is probably an alternate reward from the Great Vault, right? This feels like it should be an alternate, you know. Grant 75 rep with the Enlightened up to Exalted. Yeah, trinkets, wow. Dungeony stuff, raids, these are achievement changes. Sometimes you find some interesting stuff in the achievements, but not always. For reference, is my account has loaded in now. Good. It's having a bit of a fit, but it's loaded in. I can't remember what character this is. Sure, it doesn't matter. Right, so uncover treasures from piles of sand scattered through Zereth Mortis. Bone piles, anybody? Craft 5 protoform features. Craft a single protoform feature. Craft 25 protoform features. Craft 50 protoform creatures. Are there going to even be 50 of them? Does that mean there's going to be more? There's going to be 50 or more pets and mounts we're going to be able to craft with this thing? Holy shit. Alright, fine. Bunch of raid stuff, sure, great, excellent, wicked, fine. Torghast stuff, yeah, great. Spell changes, Pocopoc. Okay. Magey stuff. Item effects. And when a nearby automa dies, your cooldowns recover 15% more quickly. Oh. Conduits for free. This is one of those PTR only items. Don't get too excited about this. You're not going to get 252 conduits for free. Contract, the Enlightened. The question is how do we get the pattern for it? We might be able to find out. Pocket Protoforge. Oh. Alright, nothing too fancy there. Okay. The patch notes don't particularly shed any light on much new stuff that's going to really appeal to us apart from this Augment rune, but I feel that this dude now, where is he? The Enlightened Quartermaster now has stuff to sell. Now has stuff to sell, look. So, contract. Oh! Technique. Contract the Enlightened. Currently only requires friendly. Ooh. This used to require... This used to require revered. It almost unanimously was always only available at revered. So people are going to get these contracts much quicker by the looks of things. You only need to get friendly with these guys before you can buy this thing. Now, the fact that it all says... what? Okay. The fact that these all have just a gold value at the moment concerns me. Concerns me in terms of the fact that I don't think that will be the case. Because Blizzard loves them a currency, right? I have a horrible feeling, or if I know PTR testing well enough, I'm going to go as far as to say that these are equally just as placeholder as not being able to see them at all. But anyway, technique for the contract at friendly, Crafter's Mark 4 at honoured. Crafter's Mark of the first ones at revered. So the new Crafter's Marks are honoured and revered. The Tome of the Eternal are honoured. So legendaries are going to kick in. Rank 7s will turn up once people get honoured. Don't know what this is because it's bust. Return you to Haven. Speak to an innkeeper for a different place to change your home location. So there's a 5,000 gold Hearthstone, and then there's our Augment Rune Exalted. Nice, I can hide in Stormwind again after friendly. Yeah, you're going to want to... Crafters are going to want to get to revered. That's annoying. We only had to get to honoured previously. In Korthia, we only needed to get honoured. But obviously, we had 2 reps that we were grinding. Now we're going to be spending a lot more time in Zereth Mortis. So, whilst Zereth Mortis is entirely optional if you actually play the game properly, us crafters are going to be spending a lot of time out here. How many characters is that I'm going to need to get to revered with? 3 on my main realm, 2 on Tauren Mill, 2 on Draenor. That's 7 characters that I'm going to want to get to revered as fast as possible. Oh dear. I was kind of hoping they weren't going to dump everything into a rep grind, but hey. Alright, fine. Let's take a little look at the Unlearned tab. The Unlearned... see, this is what makes me worry that this is still placeholder. The fact that... oh, okay. Yeah. This... all 3 recipes at revered? No. Right, okay. Let me clarify something. Let me clarify something. Tome of Eternal being here at honoured is most likely going to have the same restriction as it did in 9.1. Meaning, do the 9.1 campaign and trust me on that. I cannot prove it, but trust me on that. Do the 9.1 campaign. on your legendary crafters. Because what will likely happen is this, it will probably be the exact same way as it was in 9.1. In terms of the fact that you need... This is probably going to be the alternative way of getting this. You're probably going to need to unlock this through chapter 4 of the campaign again. They've done that once, they'll do it again. Now on this character I can't prove that, but we will run another character through this afresh. But the fact that rank 7s and the Tome of Eternals is on the vendor and it's on the vendor at Honored, and when you look in the Unlearned tab it doesn't tell you anything about it, do the 9.1 campaign. You'll thank me later. If you end up not needing it, I apologise, but trust me when I say do the 9.1 campaign on your crafting alts. Because if you get to chapter 3 of the secrets of the first ones, and then you get a box that appears that says please continue with your 9.1 campaign before progressing with the secrets of the first ones. And this Tome of Origins is locked behind what I would guess chapter 4 being forging a new path. If you can't have access to forging a new path without completing the 9.1 campaign, yeah. The problem is how do I test this? I don't know if I've got any characters that I can easily test this with. I'm wondering about the time gating. Will it be worth taking a day or two off? I don't know. Have I got a character that hasn't done the 9.1 campaign that we can transfer over to the PTR, get into Corthia, and then see how... Because the problem is they might not put that restriction in place on the PTR because they want people to test the campaign out. This is the problem. A lot of the time gating, you don't get the time gating on the PTR because they remove it all because they want people to test shit. This is why it becomes a bit of a mystery. Boost for science? I don't particularly want to buy a boost for science in this scenario. Are there any other... So yeah, Honored, 2.5. Yeah, Crafter's Mark 4 doesn't have its flavor text here either yet. Drops for... Oh, okay. We're starting to get information about where these come from. So our optional crafting reagents, the Engulfer in Zereth Mortis, Tethos in Zereth Mortis. So the acquisition of these appear to be from rares out in Zereth Mortis. I assume Tethos is a rare, and I assume the Engulfer is also a rare. Is that true for leatherworking as well? Does leatherworking not have any optional reagents? Oh, hang on. Have I already learnt them? No. Eh? Didn't leather... Oh, no, hang on. Jewel crafting, alchemy, enchanting, and engineering. Yeah, leatherworking doesn't have them. Okay, that seems to yeah, that seems to indicate that you're probably just gonna want to go into Zereth Mortis and kill a rare to get this. Can we wowhead this rare? What was his name? The Engulfer. The Engulfer. Here we go. An aberration in the... Okay, he's a rare dude. Classification rare. To trigger the Engulfer, you have to help the Matriarch by killing the mob waves that will appear. After killing the mob waves, the Engulfer will spawn. And there's his location. World Boss times 4, Rare times 20, Rare Elite times 13, Vignette times 10, Daily times 10. What? We saw this patterns with patterns. This patterns with patterns seems to be the new... Patterns with patterns seems to be the new... What do you call it? Shaping Fate. The new Shaping Fate quest. Get kill credit. Okay. Presumably you don't have to do all of this. We stand at the origins of Shadowlands. We must not allow this place to become its undoing. Work with our new allies. Their assistance will be the difference between our success and the unmaking of all things. Assist your allies in Zereth Mortis by completing world quests, daily quests, looting treasures, slaying rare creatures. This is just to fill the bar, surely. Okay, fill the bar. Just do stuff. Okay, that's fine. The Wowhead is just listing the possible things you can do. Oh, okay. This is an indication to the percentage you're going to get. So just like Shaping Fate, killing the world boss will actually give you 25%. So if you kill the world boss 4 times, then it's complete. A daily is going to give you 10%. A daily, hang on. A world quest is going to give you 10%. A world quest is going to give you 10%. A treasure is going to give you like 3%. Rares are going to give you 5% by the looks of things. Whatever a vignette is. Okay. Yeah, this is just Shaping Fate 2.0, but it seems to, you only get this patterns with patterns quite a long ass way through the storyline. I want to go see if we can find where that rare is. It was down here, wasn't it? That gave us the pattern for jewel crafting. Oh god, I love my speed set. I love my speed set. We're going to be making one of these speed sets for all of our alts as a matter of priority. That's the Matriarch. I think it's one round here somewhere. Oh! Haven's Guard Mace. 246 bind on pickup. 246 bind on pickup one-handed mace. I mean, that's entirely useless for me. But Is 246 gear going to just be, like, thrown at you? Not to mention that thing sells for 118 gold. That's as valuable as doing a world quest nowadays. Alright, sure. Okie dokie. I'm intrigued. I want to kill some of the rares and stuff now. Because they seem to... Whoa, what's going on? I'm dead. Oh, no! That's not good. Let's try that again, shall we? Gets epic loot, game crashes. Yeah. Let's try that again. Here's to hoping that that hasn't completely balked my character. PTRs have the tendency of just killing your characters like dead. They end up just getting bricked when something like that happens. Can you show the speed set of yours? I can and I will if it lets me load back in. Let's see what happens. What I can actually do is let's make sure that any add-ons I'm using on the PTR have been updated as well. I might actually transfer a brand new fresh character to the PTR. This character is old at this point in PTR terms, meaning it's likely to be bugged in many places. Yeah, cool, sure, excellent, great. Retail PTR. This is not good. Maybe let's just, because the clients tend to pull from similar data, let's just close retail completely. Let's try that again. What item level is the new crafted gear? I want to say 233 is the base stuff, and then 263, I think. Well, I might be wrong. If it crashes on me again, I'll disable all add-ons and then try and load in. The bar fills very quickly though, indicating that it should, you know, be good to go. But it's likely to be an add-on that's killing it. Oh, I heard some... Oh, we hear stuff in the... Oh my god. 6 minutes until release. I'm dead then. Alright. Sure. Something killed us. Probably because we, you know, that acted as if we just alt forward. It didn't log us out. We probably grabbed aggro and died. I'm wondering if it is worth transferring a new character over. It does mean we're going to have to go through and kind of unlock Zereth Mortis again, But it might be sensible. Oh, you wanted to see the speed set, didn't you? The speed set is pretty simple. It's just an entire set of crafted gear. Yeah, which is 232. But every single piece has got the speed bonus thing on it, which is... Let me see if I can find it in my bags. I should have a bunch of them somewhere. Or maybe I did once upon a time. Maybe I've ran out of them. One of the optional reagents. The optional reagent that I think is made by... Ooh, this will test my memory. I think it's the one that's made by engineering. Is actually the one that gives you this plus speed and plus mount speed. So, yeah, a full 233 set of gear. Sped up to the max is you just run at 143%. You've been paralyzed by the Vespoid poison. Well, I don't think I have. Hello? I'm nowhere near a Vespoid poison. Either the PTR's balked or this character's just bricked. Rep with the enlightened. See, this is gonna be the thing, right? If certain world quests are giving rep, and you only need to get like friendly, then honored, then revered, some people are gonna get. It might just be pot. I really hope that all the world quests aren't totally randomized. Otherwise, that's gonna be super frustrating if you get world quests that are you don't want gold, and you're not going to want ciphers. You're going to want these ones that give you rep. So add to the end, we end up with 9 variations of every rare item with these optional reagents. Yeah, it's some ridiculous number. I do think we're going to have a serious issue with just how many different variations of stuff we're going to be able to sell. Because let's look at it from the perspective of that you have... let's take a Deadly Sinvir necklace, right? 151 is the default. Then you've got... no, it's ridiculous. It's actually a ridiculous number. Because you could make a 151 with... You're going to be able to put these optional reagents on every single item level variation. So 9... No, it's not 9 variations. It's like 81 possible variations or something. Because they don't take... Like, you'd throw an item level on there. And you'd throw on a optional reagent. So the actual number of possible combinations becomes just bonkers. Actually bonkers. Pure air sail extensions. These are the movement speed ones. So you got a 262 speed set movement speed shenanigans. Well, how about a 233 speed set movement shenanigans? How about a item level 200 with speed? Oh my god. I don't know how we deal with this as a crafter. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus the original. So 8 different variations. 8 different variations. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 variations of this. So there's potentially 64 different variations of a Deadly Sinvir necklace before you take secondary stats into consideration. 64 different possibilities of a Deadly Sinvir necklace when you take into consideration item level and POG enhancements. My TSM profiles are going to be disgusting. Why would you want to lower the item level if it doesn't change the required character level? Because it usually does. For example, I don't have any on me, which is annoying. But it sets the item level to 87 and the required level to 50. Leveling speed sets. Is that going to be a thing? Setting everything down to 87 and then adding on air extension sails. Leveling speed sets. Plus speed plus mount speed on an 87 set, which only requires level 50. Level 50 speedy boys. But the 200 plus you wouldn't write, you'd just do the highest one. No, because people buy all sorts of stuff. I still sell 168 gear to this day. I still sell 168 gear. Druids are going to love this. Gatherers are good. Yeah. Yeah, the potential different combinations is going to be outrageous. I genuinely have no clue how I'm going to set up a TSM profile to handle this. Because I do not want 64 different combinations of every single item. TSM will die if you push the cancel scan button. Hang on. I love this worm, right? But he's got to go because he's too goddamn noisy. Dismiss. Turn off pet sounds. You'd think that, wouldn't you? Apart from it doesn't work on the PTR. I'll just have 2 of them instead. What's worse than 1 worm making lots of noise? 2 worms. Mrs. M ever appear on stream? She has been a couple of times, accidentally. She prefers to stay out of the limelight. Yeah, to loop back round to what we were talking about though. These things are cool, right? But I have no idea how I'm going to handle them. Because obviously, it doesn't really make that much sense to make item level 87 variations of these with all of the different possibilities. But the point is that it's a possibility. The fact that you probably don't want to craft 64 different variations of a Deadly Sinvir necklace is not the point. The fact that there are 64 different variations is where the problem lies. You choose to just flat out ignore? Are these bop? No. They're all bind on equip still. Damage ones are literally trash. Tested for several hours. Avoidance is kind of cool for the tanks. Increases avoidance and sometimes heals you when taking damage. Cosmic Proto Weave. Yeah, that sounds Taking damage has a chance to trigger the infused cosmic energy, healing you for 1,367. It's if tanks weren't indestructible enough as they already are in world content. They're going to be even more indestructible. Now the question becomes on these sorts of things is, does it stack? We've already assessed the fact that the speed stuff stacks. The other stuff probably doesn't though. Screw that madness. People will buy gear without them too. Yeah. Well, actually, it's more than 64 variations, isn't it? Because yeah. There's 8 different item level possibilities, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 different upgrades, and then there's the default, which is 8. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different new buff perks. 9 if you consider not having any at all as an option. So it's 9 times 8, 72. Oh god. Oh god. The combinations for just a single piece of gear is gross. And the thing is we're gonna have to set up our TSM, or more importantly, I'm going to have to set up the TSM for everybody else to handle these different combinations. From my experience with the double secondary stats, it only creates more of a headache in inventory management than it does extra gold. I'll happily let somebody else make the money. Yeah. Huh. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. More importantly, I don't know how TSM is going to deal with it in the first place, because there's going to be bonus, like the way that TSM is going to have, is it even going to recognize all of these to start with? There's going to be bonus IDs up the fucking wazoo. There's going to be bonus IDs all over the place. I'm concerned that Trade Schoolmaster won't even recognize half of them. If I don't get rid of these stupid pet noises, somebody's going to get hurt real bad. Anyway, I think I need a new character for the PTR to test a few things. I want to test if, although don't know if we need it. The problem is you can just buy the damn thing off the vendor on the PTR, so it probably wouldn't even. I kind of want to do the campaign again just to see what happens when we get to chapter 4 in the campaign. If it then cucks you from going any further. This might be showing on here for me because I've already done the campaign, you see. I've already done 6 of 8. Okay. The way we test this is we do it scientifically. Let's log this dude out. Is this area not a rested area? Really? Is this bit a rested area? No? Where the hell's the rested area? Oh, that wasn't the button. Alright, well that's a quicker way to do it either way. This is the new PTR build. Yeah. I think the solution is we just transfer over a character again. Although I kind of want to transfer a character that I know hasn't done the 9.1 campaign. Which means I need to do a bit of research to find a character that hasn't done the 9.1 campaign. Let me find a character to transfer over. Unless they just let... Do they just... Can we just make level 60 characters on the PTR? No. That's annoying. I don't think this dude has done the 9.1 campaign. Class trial. The class trials also have too many limitations for them to be adequately used for testing. Blizzard don't make it... Like I said, the PTR is a bit of a myth, right? Because you're not actually testing for Blizzard. They don't want your testing. They want your free marketing. That's why the PTR exists. I'm certain of it. They emphasize that theory by giving all big streamers and content creators beta access first. You're showing your hand there, Blizzard. Right. This character is... Where is he in the campaign process? He is 4 of 9 of Chains of Domination. So Chains of Domination has not been complete on this character. Meaning, if we transfer this character over to the PTR, we then have 160. I should do something with those. Then we should be able to transfer this dude over to the PTR and see if it stops us from progressing because we haven't completed the campaign properly. Okay, so copy character. Europe. Oh shit, what was his name? Not that one, not that one. Not that one, not that one. Can confirm that the vendor shows up in the first campaign, however, it's with a character that's done the 9.0 and 9.1 campaign. Yeah, see, this is the point, right? I'm trying to find out of whether we are going to need to have the 9.1 campaign done or not. My guesstimation is that we'll get to chapter 3 of the new campaign, and it will turn around and say, right, now go finish the 9.1 campaign before you can continue. Because that's exactly what it did when we were in 9. That's exactly what it's done before. Now, while I'm still very comfortable in just telling everybody to go and make sure they've done the 9.1 campaign, I would like to know a more definitive answer. Okay. That's not the right profile. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, so 0 of 8. Right, okay. Travel to the Arbiter's thingamabob. Oh, too much too. What's going on here? Music off. Where's our Hearthstone? Heart the forest. Right. Time to fly. Time to fly. So let's get this dude into Zereth Mortis. Let's see what happens by the time we've unlocked the first 3 chapters. Let's see if it says, oi, now you need to go and do the 9.1 campaign. I didn't do anything. Actually, while we're flying, I'm going to go grab a drink and take a quick break for 2 minutes. I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty.
For you, I offer only the finest. Your patronage is always appreciated.
We can also probably... Is there still the test vendors? Can we still buy a bunch of gear to make our life a little bit easier? Running around in 206 gear is pointless if we can get something better. Just out of these are still showing 262. I've just thought, do we have the ability to craft rank rank 7 legendaries on the PTR. Now that we can get the new Vestige of Eternal, surely we can be crafting rank 7 legendaries, right? Why would we not be able to craft rank 7 legendaries now? We can get Pog Ore, we can get Pog Essence, we can get the pattern off the vendor. Oh shit! Should we go craft a rank 7? Screw this business. Let's I'm sure we can craft a rank 7, see what item level it's going to be. What time and day of the week can you expect most sales? Reset day. Tuesday for Team NA. Wednesday for Team EU. Yeah, reset day almost 100% of the time will result in the most sales. But at the same time, there's also the most competition, so be aware of, you know. Here's to hoping I've actually got enough mats on me to make all of these things. If we then buy this thing. Oh no, because it requires me to be honoured. Ugh, gross. So of course I can't actually buy it. Ow, for God's sake. Gee. I'm only neutral still. I'm not. I'm not grinding rep to buy a thing to. Goddamn Blizzard. It's almost like they don't want us to test things. Yeah, of course. This is what... yeah, okay. This is why, even on the PTR, it plays in your favour to play the PTR as if it's the real game. Because... have you tried the PTR vendors in Ouroboros? They sell the Pog Essences. I don't think they had the rest, the Tome of Origins recipe. Happy New Year. Sorry I'm late. Hey, well, better late than never. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you too. I mean, at least this PTR, they have put some of the, they put the new materials on the, they put the new materials on a test vendor, which allowed us to craft some of the catch-up gear, the new Crafter's Mark gear, which is better than what they've done before, but. This dude is just selling the 272. Okay, well, we can actually equip ourselves a full set of 272 gear for the purpose of testing. We can conduits for free, renown for free, trinkets, test resources, anima, souls, adventures, honor points. The new crafter, we can buy the crafter's marks, but we can't get the pattern to be able to craft them ourselves. And then of course there's all of these things. what is conveniently missing from this list. Is there the new contract? Bet they don't even give us the new contract, do they? No, of course not. Of course not. What are you? Master Crafter. Pog Essence. So yeah, they'll give you the Pog Essence, but they won't give you the pattern to actually craft the damn things in the first place. The fact they even put these things on, even these are on the test vendor, look. Which is great. Apart from the fact that I can't do anything with them yet. Like I said, it's almost like they don't want you to actually test things. Oh, they give you the recipes for these, look. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, no, that's the crafter's marks again. No, there's me getting excited. Oh, you can have the pattern to craft the contract. But you still won't be able to use it until you've at least got the... What's the point of putting it on a vendor if you can't use it? Oh, God. It's actually like they don't want you to test things sometimes. Alright, fine. 9.2's going to be a huge time gate. Yeah, the entire thing. Like, yeah. Right, we need a bow. Yeah, cool. Bow. Lovely stuff. Equip. We need then, we need some gear. Helm, that'll do. Neck. These are shoulders. Does it make any difference which ones? Probably not. Whoa! Check out the Mog! I got... This goblin's been swallowed by a wolf. That's sick! And I don't even like transmog stuff. But that's outrageously cool. Damn. That's funky donkey. What do we need? A shoulders, chest, wrists, gauntlets, belt, legs, boots. A neck and a cloak and a ring. Can we stack rings? Unique equipped. Trinket.
Until our next
That should be, I think, a full set of 272 gear. It should at least make it a bit easier. Right, there we go. Ballin'. 272. Looking like a badass. Bag space is always a problem.
I've been expecting you.
I don't know, whatever. That'll do. Right, let's get that campaign then bashed out real quick. Let's see how far we can get in the campaign, considering we are still only 4 of 9 on the 9.1 campaign. I'm kind of hoping, it's weird, right? But I am kind of, in a way, skip ahead to Zereth Mortis and have Poco Pock unlocked. So this should give us the first 3 chapters, right? Now, in theory, continue the campaign by accepting the quest Pattern with Patterns in Zereth Mortis. That's the weekly quest. Okay. But does it allow do we then have to do that before it will let us go further on? How's that going to work? New portal this way. Oh, I wonder if they've enabled flying on the PTR yet. Oh, we'll try that another day. That's not important. Right, what is this? Summon Poco Pock. Okay. Let's just put that down here. Right, so this is kind of like the alt experience, right? If you've already done it once, you're gonna get to this point. This dude is already here, but obviously it still has all of the reputation requirements. My thought is whether we can get this as a quest reward as well. In fact, before we dive too far, what's it called? Tome of Eternal? Tome of the Eternal. Has it been data mined that it comes from different places? Okay. There's no info about it on the... No info there. Right, so continue by accepting patterns with patterns. Not that one. This one. We've got patterns with patterns. Is this the quest line for news from Ouroboros? I bear important news that will grant us insights into blah 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 blah. Speak with Uther. Yep.
My fate has not yet been written.
The balance must be restored.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be enlisting with the Enlightened.
We cannot defeat the jailer without help from the Enlightened.
It doesn't so far seem to indicate that there's any necessity to complete the Chains of Domination one. But let's humor it and keep going.
Blasphemy! Your interference will cause far more harm than good. You cannot return.
Yes? I will be here. I will help you. Greetings. If you help me.
Elder Ara.
If you were to stock up on crafting items and prep for 9.2, would it be things like heavy desolate, heavy callous, lightless silk, etc. anymore? Literally anything that goes into a legendary. Literally anything that goes into a legendary, I would have my eyes on it. Ultimately meaning pretty much every single material has reason for you to at least have some of it. One thing we still don't know is just how soon we get access to equipping 2 legendaries. When do we get the belt? These sorts of things we don't really know yet, so there's still some unanswered questions.
You may have the privilege of my assistance.
I may at this point be giving Blizzard... It may either just be too early days, or I might be giving Blizzard too much credit. That there may not be any requirement to have the 9.1 campaign done. Because this, we appear to be on Chapter 4 now. Once again, it also begs the question, do you actually, just because there's the skip, should we be taking the skip? This was a question we asked in patch 9.1 when Korthia came out. Is that if you are doing this for reputation, see, I don't have any rep with the Enlightened yet because I took the skip and I've automatically completed 3 chapters. On your crafting alts, should you be taking the skip, or is the reputation that you're missing out on because you take the skip? I'm 2 out of 8 and of 0 rep. Okay, so that's a good indication that there might not be any rep locked behind the first chapters. Because if everything that we want is rep gated, then our only goal is to get as much rep as we possibly can, as quickly as we can. So we need to go fishing for reputation rewards.
Farewell.
Right, this is just a kill things quest. This is fine. Aggro everything. Aggro everything. Maybe that's what we're going to have to do then. Maybe it might be sensible then to just take a character and play the PTR like it was real. See just how accessible the reputation is, to give ourselves some because time scale is kind of important. It would be interesting to know just how quickly are people expected to get these new rep. You know, how quickly can you get honoured? How quickly are you going to be able to get revered? Because like we've speculated, one thing that could play a big difference is just how quickly people get access to rank 7 legendaries. If you can get honoured and get the Tome of Origins really quickly, let's say within a week, and you're banging out rank 7s like at the tail end of the first week, before the first reset, that's going to put a real stunt on the amount of rank 6s that you'll sell, because people will be able to buy the rank 7 straight away. There's also the second question of that, will people actually be able to use the rank 7 base items? Because let's not forget, in 9.0, when Shadowlands first came out, we could craft and sell rank 4 base items 3 weeks before anybody could even use them. That still didn't prevent us from making sales on them, but it, you know, it was still a bit of an odd situation. Right, there's 20 of those things. After completing the Covenant campaign for Tomb of Origins, do you need to do it again for alts? Yes, it's character specific. Every character that you want it on, you need to do it on.
What is it for?
Oh, wait, what? What's going on here? See you later.
You may speak. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Why can I not click the box? Hello? Let me click the box. I don't know. Won't let me click the box. Odd. Oh, you need to unlock that on the Cipher system. That's why. That's why I can't click it. I still need to kill something though. Reality Breacher slain. The fuck's a Reality Breacher? Hello? Maybe it's whatever this is.
Look! Up there! That avian is carrying something in its beak!
Yoink.
Yes? Farewell.
Alright. Where's one of these reality dudes then? I think, What I'm also interested, another thing we need to test on the PTRs actually is we need to bring a farming character out here. And we need to run around in circles and we need to farm like a crazy person and start to get an understanding of just how frequently we can get these progenitor essentia things. On the basis that you need, apparently you need, if I look in here, you need 2 of them and 10 Pogor to make a new vestige. So we need to see how easy these are to find. An extraordinarily rare remnant of the progenitors. Extraordinarily rare, not just rare. But what does that mean? What does it mean?
Good luck in your future endeavors.
We're still banging through campaign quests though. I sense we're gonna have to go pretty hard when 9.2 launches. We are going to, if we thought that we lived in Korthia for a long time, we are going to absolutely live in Zereth Mortis. Especially because I've now got the incentive to be doing Zereth Mortis on 7 characters every day. That's not even funny. I'm going to need to, even at an hour a day on each character, that's 7 hours a day doing this place. For probably, to get to, I'm going to need to do that until I'm revered. That's gross. I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that at all. We'll have some huge streams. Yeah, probably not a lot of YouTube videos going on at that point. He's playing 10 hours a day, must really be enjoying it. Yeah, you see, that's the problem, isn't it? What am I looking for? Pog fragment attractant.
Ah, the fragments are reacting to this translocator. Perhaps now you can use the device.
We should charge him more. Yeah.
It is not working?
Oh.
Nothing is easy. Well then.
You already did 4 months of YouTube content in the last 2 weeks, so we're good. I did 4 months worth of YouTube content in the last 4 days. I don't actually have any videos scheduled for today, though, by the way. Today's actually going to be a live action, real life recorded video, believe it or not. Probably overviewing what we're doing now. One problem too will be how geared to do the crafting alts need to be, even to get all the world quests done. Well, there already appears that there is going to be a new catch-up gear drop in Zereth Mortis. We already know that's a thing, but we don't know just how easily accessible that gear is going to be. But yeah, the problem, it might not be a bad idea to get some of your crafting alts to like 233. I don't think I'm going to make that a requirement of mine, but I definitely think I want to get them, you know, higher than the 205 average that I think they are right now.
At least that is what we have called them.
So you are still...
From what we surmise,
somehow
they channel the energy that flows from the creation catalyst to the forge. He believed that anything could be restored atop the creation catalyst.
Imagine that being a thing in a few years. A €15 sub actually equals 30 hours of playtime. What, if you go surpass 30 hours, then you have to buy another sub? Well, that's how it works in Asia, I believe. I don't think you pay a monthly subscription. I think you pay per hour. I feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong, though. Good that I raid and do M+ with my crafters. Yeah, that in itself is going to be helpful. Stro, you good? What's going on? Other new pots, flasks, consortium stuff getting on the PTR. Last time I checked, there was little of it. There's a new feast. That's about all we have so far. I still think we've got a couple of reasonably sized updates for the PTR before we even get remotely close to a release schedule patch, so I wouldn't worry about it. Something will turn up, I reckon.
We must help the others. They are trapped inside.
Oh, guess I'll be without a coffee cup for a bit. Twitch is being a pain in the ass. Oh, I see. Something's gone very wrong.
The entrance to the catalyst wards is blocked with...
Oh, are you seeing adverts? Ah, that might...
Find a way in.
I see, I see.
Meet us at the gardens when you are done.
In Antorus, though, there was only a new healing pot for alchemy, even with the new herb. We had greater in Legion, yeah. We had greater flasks and things added in BFA. I think that's kind of what people are hoping for again. I still don't really feel that these new materials are playing anywhere near enough of a part, though, which leaves me to believe that we should be getting some new stuff to craft with them. It can't only be the catch-up. It can't only be for the purpose of crafters marks. That would be, I mean, at this point, nothing surprises me, but it would be disappointing if that's the only real use for them. It would feel very odd to create a whole new batch of materials to then only use them on like a select few pieces of catch-up gear. But I've had this concern about patch 9.2 for a little while. That I feel that 9.2 is going to be the MVP. And by MVP, I don't mean most valuable player. I'm referring to minimal viable product. Referring to the absolute bare minimum they can get away with while still calling it a content patch. So that they can be focusing on 10.0. 65 of 65. I'm meant to be doing something in here. What is the thing I'm in? 5 missing pilgrims rescued. I haven't seen a missing pilgrim. Oh, do we have to click this thing? No. Oh, these dudes. Oh, okay. Oh boy, there's new mini games. There is. 2 of them which are alright. One of them, though, is an absolute pain in the ass. There's one of it, and that's why this thing feels very Najatar-esque, because of those things. Because obviously in Najatar, if you remember, we were running around, we were playing, what's it called, Bejeweled. We were playing that a lot. No, hang on. We're meant to be going the other way. We're going this way. Oh, you're a big dude. Are you actually a rare? I don't know. Slapped. Actually slapped. I think they've buffed a bunch of the mobs in here as well. Last time I ran through here, things were just actually melting. Now I can't remember what the old health pools were, but I think a lot of the mobs have been buffed. Because I'm rocking 272 gear right now. I know it's PvP gear, but it's still 272 gear. And I used to just absolutely melt face.
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me? Both, I hope.
There's the cup again.
Hey, there it is. You found it. 9 months. GG, man. GG. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support. Twitch woke up. Lawrence, how are you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well.
Hello there.
Oh, I've got to break the brambles just to get out. Let's turn these in then. We're still not having any troubles continuing on the campaign. I'm very interested to see if we get a... although I've done all of the campaign before, I don't remember there being a chapter in the campaign that required us to go to the Rune Carver at all.
Who is that?
Because if you guys remember in patch 9.1, chapter 4, where you get the Tome of the Origins, is it called Tome of the Origins? I can't, I'm getting so confused with the names now. Yeah, before you get the Vestige of Origins, you get the Tome of Origins, which you actually had to go and speak to the Rune Carver and stuff before you got that, because, you know, it's legendary related. I don't remember there being any campaign in the 9.2 campaign that sends you anywhere near the Rune Carver. So there's hope, in a way, that you do just buy it from the vendor this time.
So bright, so cheerful. I hate it. There is sap all over my blade. There is
Get
sap
shreked.
all over my blade.
Oh, Truth Seeker Staff, 246. There seems to be 246 stuff just randomly dropping all over the place. This is the second 246 weapon that I've found so far today. Now, obviously, I'm not interested in the staff, nor was I interested in the one-handed mace. So it seems to be very random what drops. But catch-up gear nonetheless, 246. Meaning that if you are running around doing your dailies, you'll probably end up with a bunch of 246 gear before too long anyway. But it is all bind on pickup, I should point out. It's not bind on equip before you get excited. Or at least, yeah, bind on pickup. Good for alts, help with farming, all the things, you're right. With it not being tokens like Corthia would be good for those drops to be bind on account. That's true, actually. Yeah, we had them as bind. Although we didn't know what they were. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be... If they're just bind on pickup drops in the zone, that means you can't funnel the gear from one character to another. You do actually have to play that character in the zone. So that's... 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Obviously, with the bind on account armaments, you don't necessarily know what's going to come out of it before you open it. But silken proto fiber, there's the new cloth. Comes from the worms. Killing these wormy dudes, I think, is a good way to get the cloth, the new cloth. And a proto flash as well. Hang on, what's going on here? We go this way. $22 of 30. Who are you? You're a rare. You're apparently going to give me some progress towards this patterns with patterns business. Let's see if it actually works. When this patterns with patterns was first added to the PTR, it didn't work. Even if you killed rares, nothing would happen. The progress bar never went up. Maybe because it doesn't actually have a reward structure yet. Well, let's kill this dude and have a look. Die already. This dude's got too much health. This is going to be a nightmare to kill if you're under geared. Oh, that actually gave us percentage now. Oh, nice. So we might actually be able to complete this patterns, but even though it doesn't have a reward structure to it yet, we might at the very least be able to complete it, if nothing else, to see just how much reputation it might give us. This could obviously be the big chunk of reputation that we're going to need to, you know, keep jumping up that rep grind. Because what was, Shaping Fate was, what, 1,200 reputation, I think, you got for Shaping Fate. Be interesting to see if this patterns with patterns ends up being something similar. Do you only get the new mats in the new zone? For my testing so far, yes, but I will equally point out I haven't been out of the new zone. I need a target. If your question is more about do you actually get the old mats in the new zone as well, the answer to that is also yes. You get Elythium ore out here, you get Nightshade, you get Death Blossom. You can see Death Blossom right here, for example. You don't get the zone-specific materials, but you do get the other basic stuff. Somewhere there's another yeah, old leather primarily is what you get out here. We did some testing a little while ago for skinning spots. There's a couple of good skinning spots, not necessarily for the new leather, but for the old leather out here that we've already found. So skinners are going to have fun out here. I can assure you of that. We've already found a hyper spawn for skinning. We're gonna need leather like absolutely crazy people though in 9.2. The whole double legendary situation is going to put a huge demand on materials for legendaries. Even the basic stuff, I reckon. Bye. Yeah, I'm not aggressively stocking up, but I'm definitely preparing for the inevitable high demand for materials. I find it difficult to kind of give people a constructive answer when it comes to stockpiling. Mostly because I don't really stockpile all that much. I tend to err on the side of caution with stockpiling. I'll stockpile enough so that I have enough to like maybe restock a couple of times, but I never go crazy. I never restock purely for the purpose of just flipping materials. I think that's incredibly risky. And at best you're going to double your money on stuff. The winning lottery ticket for stockpiling and reselling mats is never that great. You invest $1 million gold into materials, you might sell it all for 2 million. That's kind of your best case scenario. Which, if you have no other use for those materials, if you are entirely stockpiling for the purpose of flipping, it's even more risky because you don't have a get out of jail free card. At least if you're buying up materials that you also can craft with, then there's a lot less of a risk. Because the worst case scenario is if the price doesn't really go up by much, you just use them for crafting anyway. Yeah. So this is why I kind of I never feel like I have a good answer for, you know, the stockpile question. A lot of the time you just gotta kind of play it by ear. One of those things about goal making where it doesn't matter, you know, everybody's situation is going to be different slightly. Well, we still appear to be able to push through the campaign. I equally wonder if it's quite simply the fact that they just won't put the restriction on you doing the campaign in the PTR purely because, you know, they want people to test it. They don't want people to have to go and finish the 9.1 campaign on testing characters. But oh, hang on, what are we doing here? Just crush the automa. Am I meant to be super big and powerful or something at the moment? Apparently so. Oh, damn. Ah, this is a bit of fun, isn't it? Run around and just destroy the entire zone in one go. Boom. Will likely be a chapter per week like before. Yeah, that's it. It's probably going to be time gated in the first place. But what I'm more intrigued by whether it's not only going to be time gated, but is it also going to be time gated by renown? Is it also going to be time gated by having completed the Chains of Domination quest line? These are things that unfortunately we might not actually find out until the game goes live. Oh, seduce with a play and ad. It's a good shout. We should hit that ad button. Thank you for reminding me. Max logins today reached. Please try again tomorrow. How offensive would that be? Does this quest finish automatically when we do 100%? Any quest like this that gives you like super duper mega buff ability for a short period of time always interests me, because if you can somehow extend the length of time that you have like crazy ability. It was very common back in the day for multi-boxers to heavily abuse quests like this and just farm in one zone. We still seem to be able to, although we don't seem to be able to loot stuff so much, so maybe it's not too gross. Friend playing on a medium pop server recently switched over to pure transmog selling. Can never run out of mats. Then again, it has its own hassle. True. Transmog market definitely has its own problems. Reserve a spot in the login queue for only $1.99. This sounds like some Korean mobile game. What do I think about the 1 to 10 mil gold guide? Are you talking about Student's Guide? I swear you've asked that before. Either way. If you're referring to Student's Guide, it's alright from a farmer's perspective. Although, I think you're actually batshit crazy if you try and farm up 10 million gold in the first place. It's pretty straightforward in what it does. It just explains, you know, some farming spots. It talks about crafting transmog a little bit, but it's nothing that's not already on his YouTube channel. It's just probably convenient for those, the fact that it's all in the same spot. What are we doing here?
Greetings.
Oh, let's begin,
You
alright.
must activate the symbols in the correct order. Another.
Oh, do I just have to go stand on the thing?
That
Oh,
was
okay.
right. There, I see it. Keep it up. Another.
Yes, the students 1 to 10 million gold guide, I wouldn't really consider it like a gold making guide. I would consider it a farm. I don't know how he, you know, markets it. I can't remember. It's more of a farming guide than it is anything else. I did a review on it. It's on my YouTube channel. I bought the book and took a look and
Another.
reviewed it a while back. A few months ago though now.
Keep it up. There. Another. correct. You have successfully restored the translocator key.
Three 262 capes and 2 flying carpets in 15 minutes. Go on. That's a win.
Good luck in your future endeavors. I will be here when you need another favor.
Turn to the Overlook. So that's all the way back over here. Okay.
Hope
Let's rock
is
and roll.
not a requirement for duty.
I've thought for a while about doing something similar to Student with his guide, but from an actual sort of crafting and economy perspective. But I worry that the whole selling an ebook thing is overdone nowadays. I was also thinking about making it a weekly update sort of thing for Patreons. That's another option. Because, like I said, I'm overly concerned that the whole selling an ebook thing looks very sell-outy.
The Raptura are troublesome creatures that steal anything they can. Please, help us recover some items.
I see selling an ebook as a way to get something in return for a donation. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always very... this is the thing with my Patreon, right? The reason I put a lot of time and effort into my TSM profile and, you know, the material profile and the past expansion groups and stuff. The reason I put a lot of time and effort into that was because I wanted to offer my Patreons, which is a platform very heavily focused on, you know, just supporting the creator. And I wanted that to be the forefront. I wanted people to feel like they're supporting the creator and they're getting this in return. I didn't really want it to feel like I'm selling a product kind of thing, if you know what I mean. Equally why I don't, you know, it's not a splash screen at the beginning of every one of my videos kind of thing.
Jailer's power firsthand. Without the means to resist his domination, we have no chance against him. And when maybe
while I agree the same thing is probably true for Student, the fact that he does, you know,
after all you have done.
Like, often it feels like the reason he's making the video is not to tell you something or to show you something in a video. It's just another daily opportunity to promote his own book.
Trust her.
Then trust.
But there's a fine line between that, I think.
Very well. We will prepare to enter the sepulchre and save Anduin.
How is Rep looking so far from what you've done? I'm slowly becoming of the belief that, you know, the campaign doesn't give you any rep at all. Rep is going to, I believe, come from daily quests and from, from quests around the zone, and daily quests by the looks of things, which concerns me more because it makes me feel like the rep grind could be real. And the fact that I'm going to be incentivized to do it on so many different characters worries me. But that's a personal thing rather than like it's my own fault that I want to, you know, the fact that I want to get 7 characters up and running with professions as quick as possible is entirely my own doing more than it is, you know, a design thing. So I can't complain too much, but I reckon all of these little quests, see these are the enlightened, right? These side quests are going to be the ones that you're going to actually want to run around and do. You're going to want to make sure you've run around and done all of those pretty quickly, I'd imagine. We'll test on another character, just completely ignoring the campaign, seeing how much reputation we can get. Is there any reason why you never bought the Longboy in BFA? Yeah, there is. There's a very good reason to why I didn't buy the Longboy in BFA. Although it's one of those hindsight things that slap me in the face. The short of it is that I was multi-boxing quite heavily in BFA. I had 8 accounts up and running at one point, and I chose to upgrade. I had enough gold to buy the Longboy. But I chose to use that gold instead of buying the Longboy, but to upgrade all 8 of my accounts to Shadowlands. Which obviously doing that with gold ended up being quite expensive. It was probably 4 or 5 million to do that with gold back then. But I chose to do that because I wanted to continue multi-boxing in Shadowlands. Literally 2 weeks, I think, after I upgraded all of my accounts, Blizzard stepped in and made the policy changes to multi-boxing, which, you know, then made me decide that, well, actually, no, even though I know before people, you know, keyboard warriors start going at it, I know multi-boxing has not been banned, but it's significantly less effective. And it's equally nowhere near as fun. The element of multi-boxing that I enjoyed was putting together like teams of 5, trying to solo dungeons. Weirdly, I would run around doing world quests on 8 characters just because it was kind of like a challenge to be able to orchestrate all of that. That made the monotony of world quests quite fun. It was also helping me drastically with all the things. For collecting stuff, I would have teams of 8 characters sat by rares, so that when they spawned, I would get 8 opportunities in one go to kill them. So I wasn't so much one of the multi-boxers that stood around just pew-pewing AFK, grinding raw gold for hours and hours every day. That seemed pointless to me. So actually, my multi-boxing hobby was a very expensive one. I was funding 8 accounts with gold every month. Yeah. Now, I actually managed, when they changed the policy on multi-boxing, I managed to get a refund on, I think I refunded 4, maybe 5 of my accounts. I kept a couple upgraded to Shadowlands. But by that point, I didn't have enough gold to buy the Longboy. I only had like 1 or 2 million gold left at that point and just didn't have enough time to grind out the extra gold to buy the Longboy. So, hey, here I am now with tens of millions of gold deep into Shadowlands, and no, I still to this day do not have the Longboy. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Eventually, I'll get it, because I'll get it from the black market auction house. Eventually. I'm certain of it, even if it doesn't appear to be showing up in the black market auction house even. But, you know, we'll see. Don't you still have thousands of multi-boxers and bots in Shadowlands? Not really. Not really. At least at this moment in time, the bot situation is pretty well under control, I think. Bots tend to turn up when everybody else turns up, right? It's not worth the risk for bots to be botting right now because there's not a huge attraction to the game. I shit you not, though, when a new expansion launches, or maybe even when patch 9.2 launches, maybe all the bots will turn up again because there'll be an opportunity to make money. There's not really the opportunity to make money at the moment, because, you know, there's not that many people playing the game. Bring back the bots, cheat mats. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Bots are an absolute plague on the game from every angle. The only the closest thing that you could consider to be a benefit of them is, yeah, sure, of course, cheap mats, but that only benefits like a tiny percentage of people. We've now done the 4th chapter, and it still seems to be allowing us to do it regardless. So I really don't know at this point what conclusion to draw from this, on the basis that it doesn't appear as if it becomes essential for us to have actually done the Chains of Domination. But is it just that, you know, is it just a PTR thing that we don't need to do it? When the game goes live, are we going to get to chapter 4 and it's going to say, oi, go do the 9.1 campaign first? Is it going to throw some gatekeeping mechanic in there when the game goes live? I don't know. I can't easily, you know. I think I'm still going to do the 9.1 campaign on all of my alts, regardless. I think I'm going to get it done. It only takes a couple of hours per character. The Chains campaign isn't actually that bad. It's really not that bad. It's a couple of hours. It's not excessive. Because you don't do anything in it, right? You just travel from place to place. The amount of time you actually spend doing a quest is like nearly none. There's that bit where you're going through Revendreth and you can't even fly. That when you put the disguise on and you have to dodge all the shit. That's probably the bit of the campaign that takes the longest. That's the only time you're really doing anything. Most of the time you just spend traveling from A to B. When you break it down and when you play it all in one go, it's actually a pretty tragically bad campaign. But I'm probably going to bang it out on my crafting alts all the same. Because I would absolutely hate to get to 9.1 and something be, you know, something be changed. This feels very sus to me. The fact that this is just here to buy feels very early days PTR placeholdery solution. It feels very much to me that they've just put these here to indicate what might happen with them. The fact that you buy them all with gold, yeah, I have a feeling, because there's a new currency. We know there's a new currency for upgrading regular pieces of gear to tier set pieces. Which we haven't seen anything of yet. Rep requirement for the tome, honoured. Honoured. Honoured for the tome, honoured for Crafter's Mark 4, revered for Crafter's Mark of the first ones. So, and this also circumvents the fact that people were getting this one. People were getting the Crafter's Mark of the Eternal like days before they were getting Crafter's Mark 3, which felt really felt broken. And this is because I don't think they thoroughly tested on the PTR just how quickly people could get the Archivist's Codex, and people were able to get tier 4 with the Archivist Codex in like 3 days or something ridiculous. Which I don't think was properly planned for. But now having this one first, which means we're gonna get the item level 2, what's it, 233? Yeah, 233 gear by the time people get honoured, which by the looks of things will be probably the first reset, I would guess. I guess we're gonna have to go a week in Zereth Mortis with our regular gear. Then I would imagine the first reset will unlock this for a lot of people. I'm going to run around, I think, probably and kill a bunch of rares. Because this thing, Patterns with Patterns, I suspect to be... It doesn't have a reward structure built into it yet. But I expect this to be like a huge chunk of reputation. Do you need the older marks before you can get the new ones? No. No, they're all individual patterns. You just pick them up as you pick them up. So yeah, there's not a huge amount of sort of further testing we can really do. I don't feel the need to continuously zerg through the campaign anymore. Has there been any changes to the Cipher system? Oh, I haven't unlocked it over there yet. I need to go and explore. No need to farm the old ones on new alts. No. You can if you make a brand new alt in 9.2, you'll be able to just pick up 233 as soon as you've got the reputation for it. But yeah, so what we can conclude though is while Zereth Mortis is very much an optional zone for raiders, it is entirely not optional at all for goblins. It is literally the place to be for goblins. And what's interesting, right, is it might give goblin, because you know what happens in most patches is that the raiders usually get the best of, the raiders usually get all of the good stuff first. And the reason they usually get it first is because they're super duper mega incentivized to grind out the new zones. And because they're raiders and because they often run around in like teams of 5 and have all of the organization and have the guild support and often have like ludicrous levels of gear, that they, how many times did we, on how many realms did you see like it would be the mythic raiders that had access to the Crafter's Mark gear like first and made bank off it, and they did it just accidentally because they were doing their zone and they were min-maxing the zone in the first place. If the zone doesn't matter, raiders will live in M+. You'll see this is the thing, right? They'll be after the quick and easy gear. Zereth Mortis might literally just be left to, like, dare I say it, casuals and goblins. We don't seem to, even though I've had a couple of pieces of this stuff drop, I've had a couple of random 246 BOEs drop, we still don't seem to have any of this Cipher equipment. Cipher equipment level, spend 740 more ciphers of the first ones to increase the effectiveness of your Cipher equipment. This Cipher equipment doesn't seem to exist yet. These are all little things that lead me to believe that we still have a good few weeks of PTR. Some people have already been speculating that, it's almost done, it's going to go live soon. And I think they're going by that mainly because the raid testing seems to be quite far along. But there's huge parts of the game that's just not been implemented yet. So I still feel that there's at least 2, if not 3 PTR, patches to come before it's even remotely close for a release candidate build. Have you seen anything about conduits in the PTR? No. Apparently we're not upgrading conduits any further. 252s as far as they go, from what I've seen so far. It's weird, right? Patch 9.2 feels almost very, very disconnected from the rest of the expansion. Obviously, no new renown. By the looks of things, no increase to the conduit system at all. We've recently had the conduit catch-up thing to get your alts up to 200. Obviously, then you can be grinding out Corthia to get 252s eventually. 226s from basic tokens, 252s from the advanced tokens. But the new zone, the new patch seems to have left virtually everything behind us completely. It's going to feel really weird going into 9.2. It feels like it could have been plonked at the end of any expansion, and it doesn't really hold any ties to what we've been doing previously. I'm not saying that almost makes the final patch the best automatically, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, it really does start to feel that like everything we've done up until this point is just been dropped. Like, oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Do Zereth Mortis, be occupied for a few months while we work on 10.0. Like I was saying earlier, this doesn't feel like a fully fleshed out expansion patch, you know, a big patch where you'd expect something cool, something new. It doesn't feel like any of that. It feels like this is the minimum viable product that we can give you to keep you occupied until the next expansion. I don't know if that's just a cynical way of looking at it or not, but it really, there's nothing in this that even remotely feels new or fresh. It feels like a stopgap. The entire patch feels like a massive stopgap. Be happy with this until we can give you 10.0. Feels to me how it is. The storyline doesn't even really link to it properly. Yeah, Band-Aid patch is a good way to look at it. Yeah, let's slap this Band-Aid on, stop the bleeding, and then we'll send you to the hospital soon. Be fine if they didn't charge you a sub. This is the annoying thing for me, right? This is a point that I've touched on a few times. That when you break it down, we've had Shadowlands for over a year, and in that time we've had one content patch. Like literally, because the expansion launch doesn't count because you paid the box price for that. You paid $40 for the Shadowland for 9.0. But in the last 12, like we've had Shadowlands over a year, and we've had one content patch. Now, by paying $15 a month, that's $180 you've paid for one content patch. It's a lot of money for, like, literally not a lot. Yo, fuck you, English fuck. I'm gonna leave you in chat just to see if you say anything else stupid. Didn't even think about it that way. Yeah, when you actually calculate out the sub fee, one content patch in over 12 months. That's not, you know, and you know, you pay $60. You pay $60 for a brand new AAA game nowadays. Let's say you even pay $90 because you buy the elite version. You pay $90 for a brand new AAA game, the elite version of it with all of the bonus content and everything. With World of Warcraft, we've paid double that for a patch. That's the reason why Blizzard is struggling with subs at the moment. That, you know, the value proposition of the game is just not favourable for most people nowadays. Still your own choice to play the game. If it's that bad, just don't. Yeah, well, yeah, I know that's the point, but the thing is that you still have paid a monthly subscription, and one of the, at least from my perspective anyway, one of the requirements of paying for a monthly, I don't mind paying a monthly sub for a game if we get monthly content for the game, or if I at the very least feel as if that monthly sub is being put towards something that's coming soon. But like what I said with like what I've said with Zereth Mortis, the entire 9.2 patch doesn't feel as if my last 12 months of sub fees have been put towards this fantastic new piece of content. This feels like a band-aid. It feels like, you know, this is a stopgap. Be entertained by this. This is the bare minimum we can offer you to call it, you know, here's a new raid. Sure, they're good with their raids. I cannot knock for Blizzard with their raids at all. But the new zone, it feels very much like, you know, here's a new zone to keep you occupied for a while. We'll make the rep grind real. We'll put the good stuff that you actually want from the zone behind the rep so that you feel the need to do it. We'll make it so that you feel obliged to do it on alts because all of the crafting stuff is locked behind it as well.
Shall we?
We'll just copy and paste the exact same. I mean, I predicted this would be in this patch. Why? Because it was easy to predict, because they did the exact same thing at the end of BFA. They did the exact same thing at the end of Legion. My dog's going mad. I don't know why she's going crazy. Hang on, please hold. Even the dog agrees. 9.2 is looking grim. Oh dear. You pay monthly for gym membership. They don't put out content. It's just for you to feel good with yourself. Either you're playing devil's advocate or you're just deliberately being stupid. Comparing it to a gym membership is not the same. Yachts don't grow on trees. That is true. Yachts do not grow on trees. Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly like whinging and moaning about the game. Like I said, all of this comes from a place of passion. I've played this game for 17 years. I'm more invested in this game than most people are. It's just really sad to see that, like, there's feels like there's no creativity going into it. If you'd have asked me a month ago, how is the reward structure going to be in the patch, I'd have probably predicted this exactly. I even said a couple of weeks ago, you know, don't invest in what are those things called? Don't invest in Augment runes. Don't stockpile Augment runes. Get shot of them because this will turn up, and it did. I was very certain that these rewards would come from a rep grind because they'd hidden the rep grind from us on the PTR for a while.
Return when you must.
It's just a bit frustrating. That's the be all and end all. It's a bit frustrating. I'm still going to keep the optimism that all of this is just a band-aid purely so that they can work more aggressively on 10.0. Let's see. But it does definitely mean that we'll play 9.2 pretty aggressively at the beginning. But I feel we will run out of stuff to do very quickly. Once we get revered on our crafting alts, we're basically done with 9.2. There's not going to be a huge amount that's going to give us good reason to continue playing much after that. It's certainly not alt friendly. It's mega boring for alts. Yeah. Gives us a good opportunity to play some other games for sure. My country, I'm paying the same price for monthly gigabit internet. That's impressive. Maybe they put the good dev team on 10.0 after Legion. Hopefully. We were talking yesterday about, was it yesterday, the day before? I can't remember. How Warlords of Draenor and Legion were actually swapped around, and so hence Legion had like over double the amount of development time spent on it, which is why it ended up being pretty cool. What are you, an anima courier?
The hunt must go on.
Deliver my anima.
For Queen and Grove.
Is this another you don't need to leave Zereth Mortis, you have no anima to deposit. Okay. So we can deposit our anima again.
What is your quarry? Strike true.
Have any of the other vendors gained anything else fun?
Carry my blessings with
What are these things? Mysterious fruit. Sky Spotlight, 5 minute remaining. Viridian Spotlight, 5 minute remaining. Ethereal Spotlight, 5 minutes remaining. Okay. I wonder if they do something funky like you pick up the fruit and go somewhere and it opens a portal or something. Oh, am I just giving the whole game way too much credit now? Who knows? Does this thing work now? Does the Forger bot? Can we actually use this yet? Oh, we can use the Forger bonds here. Okay. I've got nothing to use with it, but at least we have access. They're gearing it up so that you literally, once you get to Zereth Mortis, you have virtually no reason to ever go anywhere else.
I greet you in
Innkeeper, anything good on you?
Take care, my friend.
You will have what you need.
I'm intrigued by what this is.
That's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Okay, so there's something hidden here.
Seek the gift of perception.
Can I buy this even though I'm not on? Oh, that's also locked. So whatever this is going to be locked. This is probably the mount, right? This is probably going to be the mount. Where's the mission table, dude? That's a good point. If there was a mission table dude out here, that would really complete the set, wouldn't it?
It has been eons. We thought you were right on time.
Trade supplies. This is where you get your kettles, by the way, for the new cooking thing.
We exist in perfect communion with destiny.
I will
under
await
me.
your return.
I am exactly where I should be. Also, it is just Rana now.
Just Rana? What has happened to
You may have the
Stable master.
the Mob Walker approaches?
Doesn't seem to be a mission table, dude, but people who say that there's nothing to do in game should find the achievement page. I think you're probably misinterpreting what they mean when they say that. They should probably clarify what they actually mean is there's nothing that's fun for them to do in the game. I think that's more of a
Beautiful day.
that's probably closer to the argument that they're trying to make. They're just not, you know, expressing it very well. There's always plenty of things to do. I mean, I can complain there's nothing to do, but I could always go in, I could hoover down the back of the sofa That doesn't mean I enjoy doing it and want to do it. For some people, they can't think of anything more dull than checking off achievements on a list. Well, I think we've basically explored here as much as I'm willing to do today. Although we didn't unlock much new information, what we have worked out is that the rep grind is going to be big. I wouldn't hold off on this changing though. I feel that this is even though now we can talk to Velo, even though we can talk to him, I have a strong feeling that this will change. For reference, Duchess Minx in Corthia, what she sold and how much it sold for and what was required to buy it changed multiple times on the PTR. So yeah, but it's safe to say we're getting some of our answers. Crafter's Marks, Tome of Eternal, contract for our scribes. This will be big. If it's just a flipping rep grind, the contracts will be big. Get your scribes out, get your contract either crafted or be prepared to buy one for every one of your alts off the auction house, because getting these quickly, if the reputation pacing is anything like Corthia was, you'll probably be able to reach Honoured after the first reset. Then meaning you'll probably hit Revered after the second reset. It might take a few days further than that. But realistically, for me, I'm going to be honest, the only thing I care about is getting Honoured. If I can get Honoured as fast as possible for the Tome of Eternals, I don't care about anything else. Because the money's in the legendaries, the money's not in this 262 gear. It will be if you happen to be the first one to get it, sure. But ultimately the money's in the legendaries, so that's where I'm going to focus. If I happen to get to Revered on a bunch, this will be a long-term thing. I'll chip away at this, I'll get it whenever. But getting Honoured, I'll tell you what though, getting 233 catch-up gear and legendaries all in the same day, because if you do get both of these at Honoured, that's going to be one monstrous day for sales. That's also going to be a monstrous day for material prices. Expect every single material price to quadruple on the day that these become available.
And now to meditate.
What I might start doing then, not tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to play some Hades. On Monday, we will probably take a little bit of a further look at this from the perspective of a farmer. I would like to spend an hour or two out here just running around gathering, simply just to try and get an indication to how frequent and how easily it is to get these things, Pog Essences, because we know that these come from gathering, or one of the sources of getting them is from gathering. What comes out of prospecting the new ores? Lots and lots and lots of gems, but weirdly less essences than Leystrite even. You're not, by the looks of things, you're not going to be prospecting the Progenium ore for essences, at least from our early initial testing. We might also be able to start looking at least making some guesses to demand for certain materials, because we can see that, you know, Crafter's Mark are the first ones. Sure, people are going to need to be revered to get it. What's it going to require though? This doesn't take, well, jewel crafting is probably not the best example of this, but for example, what we can still see is that this is a bit weird. It requires 3 of the essences. It doesn't require rebirth, which is like, so if you're prospecting Leystrite or if people choose to prospect Leystrite or Elysium to get the essences to craft these things, and they're not in the legendary game, those rebirth are going to get sold. I'd imagine that would get fixed. Yeah, this just feels weird to me. The fact that it is using 3 and not another one. There's a couple of little things like that that don't make a huge amount of sense. The new Crafter's Marks for the 233 gear, Crafter's Mark 4, dual crafting at least, you know, bunch of the new Pogor, but nothing from past expansion because the gems don't really count. These gems are free for most of us anyway. Yeah, some of the material balancing still feels very copy-paste. It doesn't feel like it's been balanced yet, but which is why I'm equally not paying too much attention to, you know, the balancing of the materials on any of this. 2 pieces of Elysium, 5 pieces of Progenium ore, 5 pieces of Elysium ore, but 20 pieces of Progenium ore.
Is that your wallet? Or are you just glad to see me?
Hey!
Both, I hope.
Hello there.
Shyman, how we doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you, thank you. 7 months. GG. Thank you very much for the support. Yeah, before too long, we will start sort of... This is also an interesting thing, right? For example, that Leystrite has held its price quite effectively because of things like Crafter's Mark 3, because of Crafter's Mark of the Chained Isle. If the new ones don't need Leystrite at all, where's all that Leystrite then going to go? That Leystrite ore is going to tank. That's going to push Leystrite into like vendor shuffle range again very quickly. Same with, I don't have a leatherworker to hand. Same with leatherworking, for example. The reason why Desolate Leather has held its price so well is on the basis that the Crafter's Mark gear has used a lot of Desolate Leather, and people are like regular people are crafting with it in bulk, which we may not see. Don't make me use Leystrite for prospecting, please. Yeah, I know. Yum yum, give me the vendor shuffle Leystrite, no competition. Let's just check leatherworking quickly. I can't remember what the material requirements were for the new Crafter's Marks for leatherworking. It's getting quite frustrating trying to test things on the PTR and trying to come to any like sensible conclusion with this sort of stuff, because it changes so frequently. Right up until the very last day, things change. Which, you know, it's the game's not live. You shouldn't really draw too many conclusions until the game is live, but so, yeah, Crafter's Mark 4. Crafter's Mark 4 doesn't require any leather. Oh, God. Alright, sure. So, going from needing 30 Desolate Leather and 10 Callous Hide, or equally a heavy Callous Hide, to make a Crafter's 3, to needing none of that whatsoever, and only needing Pallid Bones. What about the next one? Oh, but then it goes the other direction. The Crafter's Mark of the first one's then using 30 heavy Desolate Leather. Yeah, these numbers are totally wackadoodle. These numbers are totally wackadoodle. These are all going to change. If they don't, it's actual madness. But 30 heavy Desolate Leather? You're telling me 300 Desolate Leather to make a single Crafter's Mark? Desolate leather, 5 gold a piece. 1,500 gold of heavy desolate leather. Before you take into consideration whatever this thing costs. And whatever the 20 pog pelt. These things are going to be mad expensive. It doesn't... Let me clarify though. It doesn't matter if this is expensive. What matters is if it's considerably more expensive or less expensive than what you can do with another crafting profession. The problem here will be is you compare this cost to what jewel crafters are going to have, which is 25 malleable wire and 10 pog ore. Because these three, I mean, just these three are like, you know, nothing in comparison. The pog essence cancel each other out because they're the same. The curing salt and the penumbra thread, there's 25 vendor mats there, so they cancel each other out. Yeah, 25 vendor mats and a pog essence, so they cancel each other out. So you got 3 essences and 10 pog ore, or 20 new leather, so double the amount of new leather. And for reference, the new leather appears to be considerably more difficult to get than the from the ore or the herb. So not only is it more difficult to acquire, you need twice as many of them, and instead of 3 essences, you need the equivalent of 300 desolate leather. Yeah, this is going to be 2,000-3,000 gold more expensive easily than the jewel crafting option. But either way, yeah, they still feel very placeholder. It's just nice to see that we are slowly getting some indication of where they come from. These things dropping from rares, I think, is quite a cool way of getting these. Need to work out where these rares are, and whether that they have any sort of what the drop chance actually is on these. Are these going to be annoying 1 chance a day rares that you have to you know, with a 5% drop chance or something? Pog essence, where does that come from? So far, the main source we know of is through gathering, herbalism and mining. People said the same with the tailoring tome of origins. Whoa, yeah, that's also kind of true. That we went by the theory that, oh, we'll never need 400 lightless silk. That's ridiculous. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? But anyway, boys and girls, I'm going to leave it there for today. It's technically a day off in Finland today, so my wife has got the day off, so I'm going to use the opportunity to actually spend a bit of time with the wife. Thank you all for joining us today. Tomorrow we will be playing Hades. We'll be playing Hades on stream tomorrow. Friday is going to be a something else day. We'll pick a different game and we'll play something else on a Friday. So we'll feel free to pick up a copy of Hades if you don't already have it, and you can join in on with the fun tomorrow. We'll be playing that for a few hours on stream. I've played it for about an hour. I'm still very noob to the game, so there's a good chance that some of you guys will be way more advanced with the game and probably be able to tell me where I'm going wrong all day, which could be quite fun. But thanks for joining today. Hope you had fun. Hope you had nice, fat, juicy mailboxes from yesterday's reset day. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. I'll catch you all tomorrow. In a bit. Peace.